It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Book flights from 499 Rand, only on TRAVELSTART.co.za.
Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show Espresso. And today's Tuesday, but not just any ordinary Tuesday. It's Travel Tuesday. And the month of December and January are peak holiday months for most South Africans. And we've talked about a lot of international holiday destinations for South Africans over the last couple of weeks. But what about our homegrown attractions, the local treasures and the hidden gems? How can South Africans and the tourists that's coming here take full advantage of all that our country has to offer? How do we get the best out of our city and this festive season, you might ask? Well, that's why we've brought Lyle Scritten from TRAVELSTART in to answer some of these questions. Good morning, Lyle.
Good morning.
Lyle, so good to have you here.
Yeah,
so festive season is always wonderful and everybody's traveling, spending time with families, but maybe we should first identify what are some of the most tourist-heavy cities in South Africa?
Well, as you know, tourists and holiday goers, they're going to flock to the beaches.
100%.
Firstly, 100%, they're going to come to Cape Town, Durban,
Yes.
Port Elizabeth, and then obviously it's Johannesburg as well. It's a major city in South Africa. So those are kind of the best cities that will come through, yeah.
Okay.
Now, for someone that doesn't love the crowd too much, for anyone that wants to enjoy the most that our country has to offer, but they want to stay away from where the typical crowds will be, what would you recommend they do?
Well, firstly, I would recommend, from my personal point of view, is spend time with family and friends. Have gatherings at home if you're just not wanting to be with all the crowds and that sort of thing. Possibly avoid beaches because that's going to be mayhem and crazy and just all out full and everything. So madness, yes. And then, just spend time with family and friends. I always suggest that. It's just a good thing to do.
Now, you did mention most people gravitate towards going to the beach, especially those who maybe live in landlocked areas. But if you do want to avoid the beach and all of the people and the masses, which of the landlocked cities in South Africa would have the best to offer?
Well, if you think of Gauteng or Johannesburg, we can just go up to Sun City. Then we've got Kruger National Park, go on a safari.
Nice.
If you don't want to do that, then we can just have a look at what other cities have to offer in and around, possibly not Durban or Cape Town, maybe looking at Knysna, going up to Langebaan, that sort of thing, and just try and get away from the crowds.
Get away from the crowds.
That's the main point here today.
Get away from the crowds.
No, I know this time of the year, it's already one of those times where you're spending a lot of money. It's the festive season.
Yeah.
But for people that want to enjoy activities and the cities and country in general on a budget, what would you recommend in terms of activities for them?
Like many of our cities around South Africa, we're blessed with all the beauty that the country has to offer. If you think of going on a safari, taking possibly free city tours or hikes, and going on something like a red bus tour, and just exploring the city and what the city has to offer. I know if you're on these walking tours, you can possibly take your camera, get some nice inner city shots, that sort of thing. And it's just explore the city, go to museums. There's a lot of free museums activities you can do. And if you want to really go and see these places, then try and get there early, set your alarms, that sort of thing, so you don't get the crowd again.
Exactly, all about the crowds. Now, we do know that there are those that don't celebrate Christmas. So how can they take advantage of Christmas Day experiences? What does TRAVELSTART have to offer in that regard?
Well, firstly, I'd just like to say that possibly that malls might just be a bit empty during this time, depending on operating hours, so you could maybe go catch a movie at the cinema, grab something to eat at a restaurant because it might just be quieter during that time. Some beaches might be more easily accessible during this time as well. So do your research, and that's pretty much.
Awesome.
I was going to say possibly go to Boulders and go check out the penguins. One other thing is flights on Christmas Day is also very, very cheap. So not a lot of people fly on Christmas Day, so take advantage of that. Surprise family and friends by booking a domestic flight or possibly international flight.
I have a friend that always flies out on Christmas Day, and it's like it's
no
the
one
cheapest.
flies,
No one's flying.
I've done it before, and you take the first flight out, you still have the whole day with your family.
100%.
Well, Lyle, thank you for joining us this morning. And it's just another way that TRAVELSTART makes traveling so much easier. It's another way for you to enjoy hassle-free, budget-friendly getaways. So check out TRAVELSTART.co.za for more.
Book flights from 499 Rand, only on TRAVELSTART.co.za.